There's a transition happening in Indian cricket. There's a new white ball captain, and he's about to lead the team in his full capacity for the first time. Let's talk all about how the Indian team has shaped up in this episode at Timeout with SportsAdda. Disappointing and tough tour for Rahul Dravid as a coach, Arun. Not really the start that he would have expected, but like he's used to having tough starts, right? Batting at number three for India for so long. Your thoughts on the teams being picked for the West Indies series?
I mean, it's one thing I will say at the start, Akhil. I think this is the easiest time to play for India. I mean, look at the number of players who are being called up to play for India, Akhil. It's like a joke. Honestly, I mean, no disrespect to the players who toiling and putting their hands up,
Yeah,
saying I'm available for selection. But what are the selectors doing? Is there a vision? I mean, honestly, when I looked at the team that was announced for the West Indies home series, I was like, where is the vision in the selection? You called Ashwin to South Africa out of nowhere, and now Ashwin doesn't figure. We don't know why. There is speculation that it could be an injury, but who's
yeah,
going to clarify that? You pick Rahul Chahar as your number one leg spinner for the World Cup.
yeah.
Not too long ago. Now he doesn't feature in your list at all. You called in Ravi Bishnoi. Where is the vision? What are the selectors attempting to achieve?
Interesting one. I mean, as Indian cricket fans, we've never had information. Like we were talking offline, and we were like, there's a lot of conjectures that the Indian journalists create, and a lot of speculation, but there's no explanation. Like you said, that suddenly how is Rahul Chahar gone from being your number one bowler in a T20 World
Absolutely.
Cup, not that too, and he's not in consideration for the next series. It's not like he had such a bad T20 World Cup. Or how can a bowler suddenly go bad in one series where he's not even played all the games, and then you're not even picking him? Ravi Bishnoi, no disrespect to him, Arun, but I was a little shocked with this selection. While he may play for
I,
India for years, but
I
has he
I'll
even
give you
has he?
another name, Akhil.
Yeah.
Venkatesh Iyer was the talk of the town when India played in South Africa. Where
Hmm.
is he now? Why is he not in the ODI team? Why is he only in the T20 side? First, you picked him on the basis of his showings in the T20 format. You
Yeah.
picked him into the ODI team. Now, suddenly, he doesn't fit into your scheme of things.
I mean, what message is also going to somebody like a Venkatesh Iyer? Like, what format does he even focus on? What are they selecting on? It's a tough one. I mean, Jasprit Bumrah got his rest, which was much needed. He worked really hard in the South Africa tour. I was thinking Virat Kohli might also take a little bit of rest, Arun, but that doesn't seem to be the case. He seems to be wanting to play white ball cricket. Hopefully, get a lot more runs and get his momentum going. But I mean, what any other change? Washington Sundar finds his spot back, which is good. He was injured, so he found his spot back. What about the medium pacer? Avesh Khan comes in.
I'll give you another name, Akhil. Since you're talking about medium pace, so we'll talk about Avesh Khan in a minute. What happened to Navdeep Saini? Navdeep Saini was in South Africa, wasn't he? Did he play a game?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Does his name feature in the two squads announced? No. Why? Anybody?
no explanations.
Like, I've got friends in that selection committee, Akhil. In that five-member selection committee, I've got friends, but I will not mince words in mentioning that this is an aimless, directionless selection committee,
Hmm.
right? I'll give you a couple of other reasons why I'm saying this. They've picked KL Rahul as the vice captain of the team, and KL Rahul is not available for the first ODI. How can you know what happens if Rohit Sharma on the eve of the first ODI falls sick? God forbid it doesn't happen, but what if it happens? Who are you naming as the vice captain? Why is there no direction? Why do you have to name KL Rahul as the vice captain when you know he's not available for the first ODI? Like Ravi mentioned in one of the interviews, Ravi Shastri mentioned in one of the interviews, name your vice captain on the morning of the game. You
Hmm.
pick your 11, and that makes so much more sense. If you're guaranteed to play in the 11,
Yeah.
one of those 11 should be nominated vice captain. It's not like, in certain countries, the captain gets 10%, 20%, 25% bigger salary. It's
Yeah.
not like the vice captain gets anything more here. It's
Hmm.
not like a position of power, right?
Hmm.
Vice
He just gets
captain
an
is
extra
something
room,
that's
single room,
mandated by the laws of
bigger room.
cricket. In
Hmm.
the absence of a captain, who do the umpires communicate with? That's why you have a vice captain. Who is
Hmm.
calling the shots on the field? So identify somebody who's there on the field. KL Rahul is not there for the first ODI. Who's your vice captain?
Good point there. And I mean, it's a general frustration of all cricket fans, right? There's no information being given as to why somebody is being persisted. There is Deepak Hooda now. He's made his way into the ODI squad. And Deepak Hooda he's not even had like such a great IPL for the last 2 3 seasons. He did his role for his team in the middle order, but has he been really winning you games regularly? Or has he been even like delivering those for the state team that he plays for? He moved from Baroda last year. He did
Correct.
his role in a few, but has he got runs in Vijay Hazare that you are now picking him as a middle order bat? Or I don't even know if they're discussing this with Rahul Dravid as to who are the players you think are fit enough to bat at number six, Arun. And I think it's high time now somebody picks up that question and says that okay, your openers are sorted. Your number three is probably the best ever that has played this cricket. So he has to bat there. You have an excellent wicket keeper who is like a firecracker. He can either go off or he can win you games. So those four are fine. Who are you going to back now at 5, 6? Assuming Ravinder Jadeja comes back at 7 sometime. Who are these players now? Are you backing Surya Kumar Yadav or Venkatesh Iyer? Shreyas got 3 games in South Africa. Is that good enough, or you need to give him a lot more games? So somebody needs to now start tackling these questions. Otherwise, it's going to be more frustrated fans like us.
I'll throw in one other name, Akhil. I'll throw in one other name into the mix. Ishan Kishan was in South Africa, if I remember
Yes.
correctly.
Yeah.
Where is he now? Do you see his name feature in the ODI list? No. Why? Did he play? Did he fail? He did not play. He therefore did not fail. On what grounds did you pick him? On what grounds have you left him out? His name features in the T20 side, yes, but why have you left him out of the ODI side? And if you look at it, we complain that India doesn't play the new brand of ODI cricket, which is the aggressive
Yeah.
brand. Here's a guy who's capable of playing that aggressive brand of cricket. Doesn't feature in your list.
It's really tricky how this selection panel is going to. And more I'm looking at it, I just hope that they keep Rahul Dravid involved in the selection, is because if you've been reading some of the reports, we've seen selectors are the ones who are taking calls. That's what even Ravi Shastri has now said in a couple of interviews. So I don't want to be looking at another situation as a cricket fan where we in 2019 what happened at the World Cup in terms of selection of middle order. I don't want to see that happening, and it's we are just 1 year away. Again, it's going to be a place where you don't know who's going to play how many matches until the World Cup, and then you go there with an undercooked middle order. So just hope
I'm
that
I'm
doesn't
all
happen.
happy for the selectors to make those calls, Akhil, as long as they have a vision. This
Hmm.
is like a headless selection. I mean, why are they picking players? What is the vision? Which positions are they picking players for? Like, I mean, like we spoke offline. Everything is speculation. Everything is conjecture. Why the need for an all rounder? Why the need for a Hardik Pandya? They said Hardik Pandya not available. The speculation was Rishi Dhawan will come in. The speculation was Shah Rukh Khan will come in. Why speculation? If the selector has the guts, front up to the media, explain to people this is our vision. We want a player for number 3, 4, 5, or
Hmm.
5, 6, 7. And
Hmm.
these are the names we're exploring for the next 6 months.
Hmm.
That is not happening, right? A, there are leaks made to the media. B, the speculation by
Yeah.
reputed journalists. Don't get into that. Don't give room for all that. If the selector goes out and announces that I need a number 6 tomorrow,
Yeah.
and these are the candidates I'm looking at, it gives the player the opportunity to know that he's in the race. Nobody else will speculate. Other players who are in that role will know, okay, there's a need for a number 6.
Hmm.
Let me perform, throw my hat into the ring.
Good
If you're
point.
seeing what's happening in the BBL right now, Daniel Christian's posted saying we need a player. I mean, it's not the right comparison, but in a manner of speaking, in just they need a player, right? That's what the selectors need to say. I need a player for number 6, a number 7. Jayant Yadav was tried in South Africa. He's not again in the team. Like you need an off spinner. You picked up Ashwin, then you decided, okay, I'll go Jayant Yadav. Both of them don't feature on your list, and there's no explanation as to why.
And Jayant Yadav just got one game, I think. He didn't even play too many games there. So you picked him there for one game and then you've sent him back. I mean, what are his chances? Again, we don't know. There is Kuldeep Yadav now who's made a comeback. I don't know what change has happened in Kuldeep Yadav since he last played for India and where he's worked on his technique and what the selectors have seen in him to get him back. I'm sure Rohit Sharma has enjoyed a good rapport with him. He likes Kuldeep Yadav. I'm sure he'll back the bowler. But on what basis are you again going back to Kuldeep Yadav, who had like discarded and not even like given any opportunity to play? I don't think he played enough games in that Sri Lanka series. Also, if you remember the last series we'd gone there. So on what basis has he come back now? Even that was not answered by anyone.
Kuldeep Yadav's an interesting one, Akhil. Here's a player who doesn't feature in the starting 11 regularly in his IPL franchise, right?
Yeah.
And now you're picking him into the Indian team on the basis of nothing really. There's nothing to show that, either he's played, let's say 13 matches, picked up 30 wickets. No, we don't have those stats. Where on what basis are they picking these players from? That's the frustrating bit.
Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. I mean, we are always happy for players and more people to get chances. We are really happy to see new talent. But I mean, it's time that somebody is accountable now and answers these questions. Like, who's going to be your number 4? Surya Kumar Yadav was touted to be your number 3, and for that, some batting positions were changed at the T20 World Cup. And now in the ODI, he's batting at number 6 somewhere, where he's coming in later down the order and trying to win you games. Uh, I mean, it's really, I don't know what the players would also be thinking with whether they're going to be in the squad or not now. So, very, very tricky the way it's been operated.
Difficult times, and we've got to call this out, Akhil. These difficult times are brought upon by ourselves. And when I
Hmm.
say ourselves, this is the establishment itself.
Hmm.
At some point in time, we've got, while we all give credit to selectors for good picks,
Yeah.
for winning tournaments, winning competitions, at the same time, we've also got to call them out for directionless selection. And this is one of
Hmm.
those moments.
Hmm.
The I will also give credit to the selection panel in that they're managing the fast bowlers well. You spoke about Bumrah being given rest. Wrap him in cotton wool, Akhil. Excuse me. Worth his weight in gold. Bumrah much deserved rest. Uh, Shami again. Shami's been given rest. Absolutely deserves it. Uh, the new crop of fast bowlers encouraging, and they need to get an opportunity. So I'm liking that bit.
Hmm.
Excuse me.
Going to be interesting. We saw Deepak Chahar also showing his prowess with the bat. Suddenly, that showed a lot of promise as an all-rounder option. And this is not the first time he did that. He did that in Sri Lanka also, where he won us the game batting. So Shardul Thakur and him obviously are encouraging signs from what has been a disappointing white ball series in South Africa. But lots of questions for Rohit Sharma to answer. He's a cool, very very cool, very calm guy. He's seen many ups and downs in his own career. Thankfully, he works. He has an excellent rapport with all these young players. Also, they all look up to him. Uh, so it's going to be interesting. But we'd love to know answers for number 4, number 5, number 6. What is the thought? Like, you're a year away. If Hardik Pandya is not batting, and Rishabh Pant is your wicket keeper, then who are the other hitters? Does Deepak Hooda get 10 matches before the 2023 World Cup to at least show that he is capable of winning you games? Big question. We'd love to hear what people who listen in Arun want to say about this, and we'd love to
There are
see
there are
what they
people out
think.
there, Akhil. There are people out there who follow sorry who follow domestic cricket very closely. So it'll be
Hmm.
interesting to know what their thoughts are. Who are the potential answers to sorry. number 4, number 6. So yeah, people watch and listen. Please do share your views on who can fill in those voids.
Absolutely. Fantastic. West Indies are already in the middle of another interesting series against England, so they are going to come here well prepared. They found a couple of big hitters, so going to be an interesting series for Indian cricket. Not going to be an easy series against West Indies. We'll be back again. Lots and lots of issues to talk about, and thank you so much for joining us at Timeout with Sports Adda.